So what if I told you there's a simple math equation that could totally change how you look at your own potential? Seriously, that's the core idea we're digging into today. It's a really powerful philosophy for personal growth from Stanford professor John Ousterhout. And it all starts with some simple algebra, but it ends with a profound way to look at your entire life.
Okay, this right here, this is the one sentence you need to remember. It's a basic truth from algebra, right? But Ousterhout argues it's also an incredibly effective philosophy for life. So, what does that actually mean for us, outside of a math class?
Let's break it down. Think of it this way. The y-intercept, that's your starting point. It's what you know right now, your current level of experience. The slope, well, that's your growth rate. It's how fast you learn. So look at line B. It might start way behind, but because it has a steeper slope, it is mathematically guaranteed to not only catch up, but completely blow past line A in the long run. The takeaway here is absolutely crucial. Your rate of growth matters so much more than where you start. Wait, so how do we actually take this idea, the power of slope, and apply it to our own lives? Well, it all starts with how we think about our skills and our knowledge. It really means embracing a true growth mindset. This really puts the two mindsets head to head. The y-intercept is static, It's what you've already done, the experience you already have. But the slope is dynamic. It's your aptitude, your ability to learn, to adapt. This whole philosophy is basically a huge bet on the long-term power of having a steep slope. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. Osterhout gives us some really concrete examples. Think about a tough class in college. The students who come in with a bit less knowledge but learn super fast, they almost always end up surpassing the ones who started ahead. And the exact same thing applies in the real world, in business. He argues you should always hire for aptitude, for the slope, not just experience. Why? Because that person won't just master the job you hired them for, they'll grow into the next one, and the one after that. Okay, so focusing on your slope is a game changer for learning new skills. That makes sense. But it kind of begs a much bigger question, doesn't it? Is this idea just limited to what we know? Or can we apply the same principle of growth to something way more fundamental, to who we actually are? This is the big one, right? Do you have any real control over your personality, or is it just something that happens to you? Well, Ousterhout makes a pretty bold claim. To a surprising extent, you absolutely can choose it. Now, he suggests there's a critical window for this. Before college, you're pretty much just figuring out how the world works. But after your late 20s, a lot of our personality traits tend to, they start to set in stone. This means that for a lot of people, right now is the most powerful time you will ever have to consciously decide what kind of person you want to become. Ousterhout actually learned this lesson the hard way. When he was a young, really passionate grad student, he was convinced a professor was being deeply unfair to some other students. He got all worked up, stormed into the professor's office, and decided he was going to give him a piece of his mind. So as Ousterhout gets angrier and angrier, more and more insulting, something pretty remarkable happened. The professor just didn't take the bait. He just calmly listened, refused to get angry, and that reaction completely disarmed the whole situation. And, funnily enough, it just made Ousterhout even more furious at the time. And in that moment, he had this profound realization. An insult isn't something that's done to you. It requires your active participation. You have to choose to accept it and feel insulted. By refusing to get angry, his professor showed him that this reaction, a core part of our personality, is a choice. You get to decide. So what happens when it's not just a disagreement in an office, but a true disaster? Can we still choose growth even then? This, right here, is the final and most powerful test of this entire philosophy. When tragedy strikes, we all face this fundamental choice. We can let it make us weaker, more fearful, withdrawn, afraid to take risks. Or we can somehow find a way to become stronger, to learn from that pain, and come out the other side more confident, more determined. And this became deeply, deeply personal for Ousterhout. When he was just 8 years old, his father was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. He passed away just a year and a half later, leaving his mother all alone to raise 4 young boys. In the face of this just unimaginable disaster, his mother chose strength. With no real job skills, 4 children to support, she went back to school. And somehow, while raising them, she earned a PhD and became a history professor. It was the ultimate forced growth experience for the entire family. This whole philosophy was basically crystallized in a single, powerful moment years later. They were on a summer camping trip. The family was struggling to set up their camp in a pouring rainstorm in Banff,
And a well-meaning man saw this widowed mother with her 4 boys and came over to offer some help. And his mother just looked at the man, smiled politely, and said, "Oh, thank you so much, but my boys can handle it." And that one sentence, she completely rejected the idea of being a victim. And instead, she gave her sons this incredible feeling of empowerment that literally shaped the rest of their lives. So, how do we take all these powerful ideas about slope and personality and hardship and actually combine them into a single actionable philosophy for living a more meaningful life? Well, it really breaks down into a path with 3 core commitments. First, always prioritize your slope, your capacity to learn and grow. Second, remember that you can actively choose your personality. You decide how you react to the world. And third, when disaster strikes, you commit to finding a way to become stronger from it. And this is really the unified theory for your own life. It's not about avoiding hardship or starting out with every advantage in the world. It's about building a life that is defined by continuous growth, by conscious self-creation, and by a profound resilience when you're facing adversity. Look, it's one thing to grow when life is easy, right? But the real test is when things get hard, when you face a challenge or even a disaster. That's when your character is truly forged. So the question this whole philosophy leaves us with isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. When life is hard, what kind of person are you choosing to become?